US President Donald Trump has outlined conditions for a possible agreement with Iran, with the White House saying that Trump will only accept a deal that satisfies his red lines. Now, in a lengthy post on Truth Social, Trump listed what a potential deal must include. First, Iran agreeing not to develop a nuclear weapon. Second, the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Third, the removal of any sea mines and the lifting of the US blockade on Iran. And lastly, the removal and destruction of Iran's highly enriched uranium. Now, Trump added that other issues of far less importance have already been agreed to, and he would be meeting in the Situation Room to take a final call on the Iran deal. But reports say that Trump did not reach a decision after a 2-hour meeting in the White House Situation Room. From the Iranian side, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghei pushed back, saying that Iran had said goodbye to the language of must 47 years ago. Baghei added that both sides were exchanging messages, but no final agreement has been reached as of yet.
We said goodbye to the language of must 47 years ago. None of the Western parties, when speaking about the Islamic Republic of Iran, can use the language of must. We make our own decisions based on the interests and rights of the Iranian nation.
When asked about the issue of nuclear weapons, Baghei made it clear that Tehran is focused on ending the war at this stage, reiterating Iran's earlier stance of leaving contentious issues like its nuclear program out of an interim deal. Another pushback came from Ibrahim Azizi, head of the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission. In a post on X, Azizi wrote that Iran sets the terms of negotiations with the United States, insisting that concessions would only be exchanged on reciprocal basis. Separately, in a phone call with Qatar's Emir, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said that Iran was ready to achieve a dignified framework to end the war. In Washington, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio hosted Pakistani Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar. Meanwhile, in Tehran, thousands gathered in support of Iran's Supreme Leader Mujtaba Khamenei. The demonstrators slammed Trump's comments and voiced skepticism over the proposed plan to extend the ceasefire. Listen to this.
First of all, this is not just my view. The whole world is saying that he is a crazy, stupid person. He does not stand by his word. He is a complete liar and a low person, and he only talks nonsense. We don't pay attention to what he says, and we continue our own work.
On ground, the situation continues to be tense. Reports in the Iranian media claim that an Israeli-US micro-drone has been destroyed by Iran near Keshma Island. And this comes a day after Iran claimed it destroyed an American aircraft near Bushehr province. Meanwhile, the US Central Command has shared an image of an F-16 fighter jet flying over West Asia, signaling US military readiness amid talks with Iran. And to discuss more, we were joined by Ilham Abdini from Tehran. She is an Iranian journalist and international relations expert. She's a news editor at Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting, and this is what she had to say. Listen in.
Iran is really mistrust to the United States because at least 2 times we are targeted by the United States during the negotiation. So this is the first important thing, that we are ready completely for a war, and we do not these kind of targeting and these kind of thing as a defending operation by the United States, as they claim. And I think these are, specifically, these are striking, and these are offensive operation, not defensive as sense concept. So, but I think Iran is completely emphasizing that we are committed to diplomacy and we are trying our best to make negotiations. But I think the United States do not want this diplomacy, and these are because of the pressure of Israeli and also Zionist lobbyists who are really powerful in the United States, and they do not want to make any deal and agreement. So I think chance for any agreement is so low, I think, in this actually in this phase at least.
And to paint a more comprehensive picture of the escalating situation in West Asia, we were also joined by Professor James A. Russell. He's an emeritus professor at the Naval Postgraduate School, and this is what he had to share with us.
Several days of news reporting about the outlines of a memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran. What this tells us is that Trump is having difficulty swallowing the deal, which has been laid at his feet, which makes clear that the United States has achieved absolutely nothing in the war. And so agreeing to, again, the terms of this agreement in which the discussions about the nuclear issue are pushed off into the future. The Iranians agreed to open the strait and remove the mines. The United States ends the blockade. And then the United States lifts sanctions on Iran to resume oil sales. Basically means that the circumstance is what it is, which is that the Iranians have the upper hand, which Trump has a great deal of difficulty in swallowing. So he's got to sort of man up, as it were, and acknowledge the fact that the United States and the Israelis have been engaged in this war for the last couple of months, and it's been a complete catastrophe. They've achieved nothing. None of their strategic objectives have been realized.